Hello everyone. Good morning. Good pre-noon, good noon, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and everything all at once. Wherever you are on the globe, welcome to the stream. A new Q&A with me, with you, with all of us. And it's been a while. It's been a while. I think. I think the last one was in January. Don't think I streamed in February, like on this channel. I did on my Twitch, you know, German gaming Twitch channel, Dave Durden TV. Can find a link to that in the description down below. Wow, the stream's not really like a minute old, and I'm already promoting myself. Yeah, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. So, Valiant James, hi! Cheers from Germany to Great Britain. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. Let's see. I should be live, I think, yeah. Is everything running? Yeah. Alright. Put this here. Am I online where I wanna be? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think this should work. Oh, I can't even go higher with the bitrate. Even though, nah, wouldn't work with my connection though. Like, I'm almost maxed out, I think. Anyway. Is it wise to downscale though? I don't know. That's strange. But I can't change it because I'm already streaming. Well, anyway. Anyway. Okay. Carl Herring, hi! Hi, Carl. Thanks for tuning in. Itchy ear. Sorry. Things still good on the new job? Yes. Very much so. In fact, today, it's been 2 months since I first started, you know, since my first day on the job. And I love it. It's awesome. Yeah. I mean, now that's like, it's been 2 months and everything flows better, you know, you get to use more, you get more used to structures and people and how everything is connected and, you know, how everything works, all that kind of stuff, you know, processes and internal things and how to cope with things, you know, all that kind of stuff, you know, the soft skills, I guess you can call them as well. So yeah, it's awesome. Really, really cool team, young, dynamic, and open-minded, you know, it's awesome. I love it. Yeah. Thanks for asking. Much appreciated. Yeah. Hope you're doing fine as well, everyone. Yeah, I can't complain, to be honest. Luckily. So, let's see. Oh, this is, yeah, that works. This is checking a few settings here. Off cam, like that. So. Yeah, I think this works. So, because it's a stream, I thought, you know what, let's chill a little bit, you know, chill and relaxed atmosphere and everything. The usual kind of stream that I do. And let's celebrate this with some mead, honey wine. Because why not? It's almost become a ritual of sorts. Cheers. Very tasty. It's been a while since I drank that, actually. Yeah. So, let's see. Things are running smoothly? Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to use, you know, like new music. Hopefully it should be okay in terms of copyright stuff, you know, like DMCA and copyright infringements and everything. It should be cleared of that, hopefully. At least the music says so, the playlist. So, yeah. Alice Faulkner! Hi, Alice! Thanks for tuning in. Do you make the meat yourself? No. I mean, would be interesting to do that, to try. I don't know how that works, to be honest. Yeah, it would be interesting to try that at some point, but no. No, I just bought it. You know? It's very tasty. I love me. Love me some honey, love me some meat, actually. Yeah. I basically came quite late to meat, to be honest. Like, it was only a few years ago when I went to a medieval fantasy market of sorts. We have those in Germany on an annual basis, basically. You know, MPS, they're called. MPS Mittelalterlich Fantasiespektakulum, which is basically like a medieval fun fair with lots of nice booths where you can eat delicious stuff and where you can buy different flavors of meat, and where like medieval folk bands play music, where you have like a knight's duel of sorts, you know, jousting, that kind of stuff. And it's really cool. You know, many people cosplaying as either knights or farmers, you know, like medieval big whole medieval fantasy atmosphere going on, basically, you know? And that's awesome. Yeah. I think I also made a vlog about that a couple of years ago. So if you're interested in that, you can find a vlog on my channel. Just type in medieval and then you will find that. Yeah, I think. Hope the music isn't too loud. If so, feel free to let me know, because that is something that I can't really check on my own when I'm streaming live. So I rely on you guys in terms of that. Yeah. So, what time is it in your place, I wonder? Because right now in Germany it's like, was it? Almost 10 past 9 p.m. It's a mid-evening, if you will. And it feels good to stream again on this channel. It's always one of my highlights in the month, to be honest, you know, when I'm doing these streams with you guys. And there's also going to be another coming up real soon. And I think it's going to be, let me see. It's going to be on a Wednesday. As an exception to the rule, basically. Because usually I try to stream on Fridays or on weekends. But there's one stream in particular every year that can be sort of an exception to that. And that would be my April stream, because April the 3rd is my channel anniversary. Yes, it's gonna be my 9-year channel anniversary on April the 3rd, and I'm gonna stream live as well. And let me just try something real quick. Did I open it? Oh yeah. Yeah, I think you should be able to hear sounds, right? Like the... Yeah. Alright. Has there been much coverage about the America's Cup sailboat races in Germany? For the first time ever, Germany has a boat entered and they are sailing quite well. Oh, okay. To be honest, I haven't really heard of that yet at all. I know about those races, taking place and everything. Like, I know they exist, but I don't know when, where, why, and that kind of stuff personally. But yeah, it hasn't been really part of the news as of late, I don't think. Maybe I just missed it, Might be entirely possible, but that's great to hear. Interesting. I am sailing. Da 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 da. Mona Zakian, 410 in New Jersey, USA. Hi Mona, first and foremost. Thanks for tuning in. So is that 410, is that in the morning, like AM or PM? Because if I were to read this as a German, like with the 24-hour system that we have in Germany, we don't really use AM or PM here. I'd say this is like pretty like midnight, like in the middle of the night. AM, that is. 410. Oh, it's PM. Okay. I see. So I'm living in the future? Is that what you want to say? Or you're living in the past? Or maybe both? I guess both. Yeah. Both apply. Both things. It's magic. It is. So I wonder, the past couple of days in Germany, it's been quite warm again. Like, I'd say sometimes even up to like 17, 18 degrees Celsius. So it's like spring-ish weather. Again, finally. And yeah, it's awesome. Sun coming out. I mean, today was quite cloudy and gray and rainy, but can't have everything, But that feels great. I feel like, because I really like to go out for walks, and yeah, that's a lot of fun, especially when the weather is right for that. Like, I could also go out for a walk in the rain, of course, but let's be honest, I'm not really doing that usually. So that's cool. I love that, going out for a walk and basically like either listening to music or to podcasts. One of those. The Scoop! Thanks very much for tuning in. Hi! Do you like football? Will you go to the Euros this summer? Yeah, the European... I wanted to say the European World Cup. No, it's the European Soccer Cup will take place in Germany this year. In fact, and no, I won't go to one of the matches. Not because I wouldn't want to, but I'm not that big of a soccer fan, to be honest. I mean, I really enjoy watching the matches for like World Cups and European Cups and the like. But I'm not really like paying attention to the league stuff necessarily, like the Bundesliga, that kind of stuff. I follow it a little bit, but I'm not really like cheering for a specific team. Like, I have sympathies with like Borussia Dortmund, for instance, BVB, because that's the closest club to where I'm at, and basically, like, the vast majority of people in my region are, when they are soccer fans, they are fans of Borussia Dortmund, just because Dortmund as a city is very close and everything. And yeah, I sympathize with them, I guess you could say. Yeah, but I mean, I will watch the matches, I guess. I think it's gonna start in June, isn't it? Is it June? So, yeah. The thing is, though, like you don't really hear too much about it yet on German news, like TV and radio and the like. I don't think, like, no. Maybe it's too early still. So yeah. But generally speaking, you know, I think soccer is a cool type of sport, yeah. In fact, I also made a few videos about it already. I reacted to the infamous Brazil-Germany match from the World Cup 2014. That was interesting to rewatch that. And I also made a few videos on German football vocabulary, if I'm not mistaken, and that kind of stuff. So if you want to check that out, you can do that on my channel. Just search for soccer or football, and then you should find that. So Yvonne Mangait. Hi, Yvonne. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday to you, Yvonne. Awesome. Let's see. Do I have something for you, maybe? Is it too quiet, maybe? I don't know. Maybe a bit quiet. Let's see. Maybe I can... let's see. Stecker-Mixer. Gonna try it one more time. Hope it's not too loud now. Yeah. See? Just for you, Yvonne. Just for you. So, happy birthday! Hope you had a great day so far. It's 14:14 in Mexico City. Mexico. Never been to Mexico yet. In fact, I mean, I've never been outside of Europe anyway, so... That is still something that I have to undergo at some point. Yeah, definitely. Scotland plays Germany in the opening. Oh, interesting. Would love to have attended. I mean, you know, like I said, I wouldn't mind. And there's like one of my best friends is a big soccer fan, and he's a big fan of Werder Bremen. And like we've known each other for, let's see, 13 years now? Like he was one of my very first internet, like online friends that I made. And also a YouTube friend, you know, fellow YouTuber. And we basically agreed on attending a football match together at some point. We haven't done that yet. So that's still in the works, but yeah. Is it too quiet though? Maybe I should raise the volume a little bit then. I mean, I don't want the music to be too loud for you guys. Maybe this, yeah. Maybe this works. Let me know. So, yeah. Bradley! Hi, Bradley! Thanks for tuning in. How are you doing? What's your opinion about using Duolingo to learn German? I can't really say too much about it because I haven't really used it. Like, I know of the app and I know that exists, but that's about it. Like, I don't know how it works and what it features, that kind of stuff. So, I'm not really qualified to say anything about it, to be honest. Sounds good. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. That's cool. It's a little bit of like lo-fi music, you know. Nothing too serious. Because it's good. It's supposed to be like good vibes, chill out stream. My usual approach to being a YouTuber, like doing stuff with you guys on this channel. I try to keep it I wouldn't say mellow, but I try to keep it like a good vibes, chill out atmosphere. That's my style. So, and that's how I roll as well, most of the time. Yeah. Pretty chill guy, I guess you could say. So, once again, Yvonne, cheers to you. Clinging glasses. Don't have a clinging sound, to be honest. Like, sadly. Let's see. Is there something else that I could offer you? No, not really. So anyway, imagine a clinging sound. Good, just looking forward to coming to Germany in July. Oh, awesome. That's gonna be a great time. That's also gonna be when the European Championship takes place, like the European Cup, Soccer Cup. Carl Creighton, hi Carl, how are you doing? I'm good. I'm good. I can't complain. Like everything's really awesome at the moment. Work, you know, and private life and everything. Like I can't complain. Luckily. Yeah. That's that. Just filmed a few new videos a couple of days ago. And I'm currently working on them. So they should be out soon-ish, I hope. Some interesting topics this time around. So yeah. It was fun making those videos. I mean, I already started editing the first of those. And while editing, I thought to myself, you know, this is a fun video. I love it. I personally do. Like, I hope you enjoyed it as well. It's a bit of an obscure one, I guess you could say. But it's true, it had to be done. It's about something that is very German. Without wanting to give away too much yet, but yeah. You're welcome, Yvonne. You're welcome. So, you know, in that sense, thank you so very much for spending some of your time in my stream on your birthday. I mean, that's something that you can't take for granted. And I certainly don't. Like, you guys being here, I don't take that for granted anyway. And watching my videos and supporting me on Patreon and, you know, like Ko-fi and Super Chats and all that kind of stuff, you know. YouTube membership. That is, yeah. I'm a lucky Dave. And a happy one. And a grateful one, for that matter. Yeah. I was trying to get tickets to it, but no luck. Yeah, I guess that was hard. Yeah. You know what I got tickets for, though? Like, almost a month ago to the day. Oh, I'm gonna see a big 4-letter band in May for the first time. And I couldn't believe that I actually managed to get a ticket. Because, you know, we basically formed a group of people, like some of my co-workers and we tried to get tickets together so that the chances would be higher. And one of my co-workers actually got through and he managed to get 4 tickets to that sad band. You know, like, that's gonna be... I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, the concert year for me is already really wild. Anyway, but that's like the icing on the cake. Yeah, I guess the 4 letters gave it away, right? The scoop. Yes, it's AC/DC. It's AC/DC. Really looking forward to that. And you know, the best thing is, I mean, that I got tickets in the first place, but it's Golden Circle, which means it's the best category. It's right front of stage, you know, right in front of it. And yeah, like really looking forward to that. Haven't seen them live yet, and I've been listening to them for like more than 20 years now. Like, yeah, 20-ish years, I guess you can say. Doop, 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 doop. By the way, I adjusted the microphone audio synchronization a little bit, so I hope it's quite in sync with the movement of me, you know, like, and everything. Hope it works like this. Oh no, Mona, no. Vielen Dank. Thank you very much for those kind words. I really appreciate that, Mona. Thanks for tuning in and have a nice day. Yeah, much appreciated. I tried as well. Yeah, I mean, you know, I never in the world did I ever think that I would have a chance to get AC/DC tickets in the first place. Like, because it's one of those bands, you know, still to this day, which is crazy to think about that in itself. It's one of those bands for which it's really hard to get tickets either way. Like, it's... So I didn't really have, like, high hopes, to be honest. And I wouldn't have been, like, extremely sad if it hadn't worked out. I would have been a little bit sad, of course, because, yeah. But, I'm all the happier, you know, like, I'm yeah. Valiant James asks, how did you learn English? I guess there are two answers to that. The first one is in school, German school. Back in the day, you were taught English from the 5th grade onward. And I became, you know, I got to the 5th grade in 2002. And that is when I started to learn English. These days, that's completely different in Germany. These days, I think you actually begin to learn English in kindergarten even. Like, a little bit at least. And in elementary school. But back in my day, you know. Sounding like a 100-year-old grandpa. No, but, you know, up until like 20 years ago or so, that wasn't the case in Germany. And funny enough, the standard for basically all German schools, I don't know why that is, if someone actually, like, said that it has to be this way, or is it, if it's written down anywhere, if it's like a law. I don't think it is, but maybe. German students, like German pupils, in, like, you know, grammar school and the like, they usually learn British English and not American English or Australian English or, you know, that kind. No, they learn British English, and so did I. And I think it was through listening to bands, artists from America, in combination with being exposed to the English language more and more through YouTube. Like, through the... If you watch some of my early videos from, like, 2015, 2016, 2017, and even maybe a little bit of 2018, you will see that I'm sounding quite different in terms of how I enunciate words and how I speak English. Because even though I was able to communicate in English and speak English, I wasn't really able to speak English all that fluently yet. And of course, even to this day, sometimes I have to, you know, remember vocabulary and how to express something, and, you know, sometimes words are failing me, you know. That still happens, and that's okay. I mean, I don't mind that. As long as I can get across what I want to say, and as long as you guys understand what I want to say, everything's fine, I think. No need to be perfect. And that's also something that I would like to tell you guys learning German, for instance. Please, like, don't have too high, how should I put it, expectations? Is that an applicable word here? Like, don't set the bar too high right from the get-go. Take your time, you know? So, yeah, with all that exposure to like fellow YouTubers from either like America or international friends that I made through YouTube and that kind of stuff, I began speaking more and more like American-ish English, I guess. And that is what I got stuck with, in a way. So, yeah. But it's still, you know, learning a language and speaking it, writing it, is an ongoing process. It's not like a fixed thing that you can say you mastered it at some point. That's never gonna be a thing, I don't think. Like, there's always something new to learn, vocabulary-wise, and but I think, to me, personally speaking, I think that's part of the fun of learning a language, and that's part of the magic of languages, if you will, as like systems in itself, you know. Blue Bilbo, your video and audio are not synchronized, unfortunately. Could you elaborate on that, please? Like, in what way is it not synced? Is it like very far off? Or is it only like a little tiny bit off? And what's coming first? Is the, you know, the video coming first, or is my voice coming first? I wonder. Let's see. It shouldn't be too much off, though. From what I can tell. I don't know. You never know until you try. Yeah. Might be the last chance to see them live. AC/DC, yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're not getting any younger. I think they're in their early 70s now, if I'm not mistaken. I think they are. So... or late 60s? Video first, then voice. About a second difference. Okay. Let's see. Let's try something real quick. Thanks for telling me, first of all. Video first. That sounds like a slogan, like an election slogan. Video first. Like a YouTuber slogan. Not too far off. Let's see. Let's put this... let's change this to... let's do 200 milliseconds. Maybe I have to actually deactivate my cam and activate it again, so I may disappear now for a moment. So, let's see. Alright. So, yeah. Maybe this is better now? It should be, technically speaking. Like let's clap. Let's do the clap test again. Is this better? This is basically synchronized. I mean, the thing is with streaming and, you know, that kind of stuff, it's almost impossible to get it synchronized exactly, like to the point. That's never gonna happen anyway, but because you always have a little bit of delay. Make video great again. First again. Make video first again. Viel besser. A lot better. Okay, thank you very much. That's good to know. Interesting. All right. Perfect. Ooh. Cheers to you guys for that. My dudes and duderinas out there. By the way, I'm really, really happy for Cillian Murphy and Christopher Nolan and all the rest of, you know, the Oppenheimer crew. Not just because it's a great movie, because it is. It's a quite important movie, to be honest, like topic-wise. But I'm just really glad for them both, like especially Cillian Murphy and Chris Nolan, for winning so many awards and getting recognized by a wider audience. Both of them. I mean, you can argue that both, they're not like new to the scene, like to the mainstream entirely, because, you know, Cillian Murphy had Peaky Blinders, which is an awesome show, and Chris Nolan had like multiple awesome movies, from Interstellar to Tenet to Inception to the Dark Knight trilogy, you know, that kind of stuff. Memento, wow. Don't get me started. I mean, but I feel like with Oppenheimer, they both gained a whole new following in addition to that, and got the recognition and appreciation, the public appreciation that they deserve, I feel like. You know, and that makes me so happy. Like, really. I don't know them personally, of course, but, you know, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I feel like, in the case of some people, even though you don't know them personally, and you will likely never meet them in person, you feel like they resonate with you, if that makes sense, and their work, their artistry, and that's definitely the case with both of them. Yeah. Okay, Blue Bilbo. That's awesome. Dunkirk is also really awesome. Yes, that's true. 28 Days Later. That is a movie. I have watched it once, but I think that was like 15, 20-ish years ago. So I really have to rewatch it. Yeah. And, yeah, I mean, I just watched Peaky Blinders for the first time recently, like a couple of weeks ago. Like, you know, it's... What a great, great show. Man, I really missed out on that. I truly did. That's so awesome. Apfelsaft? No, that's not Apfelsaft. Apple juice, even though you could mistake it for it. It's not urine either. It is mead. It's honey wine. Yes, and it's delicious. I was in Cologne, before last week, and the dome is massive. Yes, the Cologne Dome. Der Kölner Dom. Really beautiful cathedral in Cologne. It's one of Germany's most well-known landmarks. And it's very old. I think it's neo-Gothic. Or is it Gothic, neo-Gothic? One of them. I think it's neo-Gothic in terms of architecture style. And it's really impressive. The only thing about the Cologne Cathedral is that you almost never see it without, you know, some construction work going on around it. Somewhere around, you know, the outer skirts of that. You know, like the towers maybe, or the roof, you know. There is always some construction work going on, because it's an old building, you know. what can you do? But it's worth a visit if you're into architecture and, you know, cathedrals, even if you're not religious. Just from an architectural point of view, the Cologne Cathedral is worth a visit, I think. You know, it's really damn beautiful and impressive. Cillian Murphy is from my part of Ireland. There are loads of memes going on around how that part of Ireland has an Oscar and the rest not. Yeah. Oh, that's another movie that I haven't seen yet. The Wind That Shakes the Barley. Yeah, I have heard many great things about it, to be honest. But apart from that, I haven't really watched that. So, but yeah, I'm well aware of the Cillian Murphy memes. Also because, you know, he isn't really, how should I put it? And I'm not meaning this in a disrespectful way whatsoever, but he is someone that apparently isn't really too familiar with online stuff, like the online world and digital stuff, and, you know, I think now he knows what a meme is, but up until a few months ago he didn't know that, apparently, judging from a few interviews that I watched. And there are a lot of fun Cillian Murphy memes. And yeah, I love it. The meat you mentioned before, I'm trying out a Kölsch I bought last week. Yes, the dome was covered on one side with Gerüstbau. Yeah. That's the only downside to that. Yeah, I like me some Kölsch, you know, like Kölsch beer. There are many Germans that don't really like it because they think it tastes a bit too mellow for their likings, you know. But I don't mind it. Not the biggest beer fan personally, but yeah. Alice Faulkner asks, can you recommend some other cool landmarks in Germany? Any hidden gems? That's actually an interesting video topic that I thought about the other day, so I may actually make a video about that kind of stuff. Like hidden gems in Germany, maybe? Something like that. So, there is... I mean, it depends on what you like. There is the city of Bremen in northern Germany. And there's a district which is called Schnoor. I think it's S-C-H-N-O-O-R, Schnoor. And it basically consists of many, like, really interestingly shaped houses and buildings, and, you know, all really narrow, right next to each other. And it's hard to describe, but I really enjoyed it when I first went there a few years ago with friends. And there are also some hidden gems that I haven't visited myself yet. You know, I have never been to Heidelberg, for instance. Heidelberg. Even though I've heard many great things about it. Same as Freiburg, which is close to Heidelberg. I think Heidelberg. I mean, the region that I'm living in is also a pretty popular tourism landmark spot, I guess you can call it. If you enjoy hiking, for instance, or, you know, nature. The Sauerland region, that is, in Western Germany. And, you know, of course, like the major cities, even though you can argue that those aren't hidden gems. I actually made a few, like 1 or 2 videos at least, about lost places in Germany, if you're into that. Like abandoned places, even though they're not like official landmarks you can necessarily go to publicly, you know? And I don't want to advise people to do that, you know, and break laws or something like that, of course. No, please do not do that. But there are some interesting landmarks with a lot of history to them. So, yeah. I mean, there are many cool museums. There are bunker museums, I think, sometimes. Like in some places. There are many castles in Germany. Not just like the big one, Neuschwanstein, but many, many others. There are lots of castles in Germany. If you like beaches, you know, that kind of stuff, and the ocean, the Baltic Sea and North Sea, the Nordsee, you know, are really, really cool. We also have a few islands for like a really mellow-ish and chill vacation, I guess. Stuff like that, yeah. If you're interested in watching movies in German, like going to the movies in Germany, there is one cinema that I can highly recommend, which is in Essen, the town of Essen. And the cinema is called Lichtburg, Lightburg translated literally. Lichtburg in Essen. And it's one of Germany's oldest movie theaters. And it's damn beautiful, I think. I also made a video about that, so if you're interested in that, I think you just have to type cinema in Germany or something like that. I don't know what the video title is. But yeah, something like that. I bought 4 different ones. I tried a different one at a Brauhaus. Oh, a Kirch, yeah. I would love to visit the International Maritime Museum in Hamburg and the Auswandererhaus in Bremerhaven. Oh. Never heard of those. But sounds interesting, yeah. A castle on a German island sounds great. I don't know if we have castles on islands necessarily, but yeah. You know. May as well be possible. I don't know. If you're especially into impressive architecture and you don't mind walking around in a bigger city, I highly recommend Leipzig in East Germany. It's one of the most beautiful cities I've ever seen. It's like there's so many awesome buildings in that city, like in that pedestrian zone even itself. Like, wow. And all in a pretty close circle, you know, it's a small area comparatively. But there's so many awesome buildings in that area. I also made a vlog about Leipzig, so if you want to have a first glimpse at that, there's also an awesome and arguably many people say it's the most beautiful zoo in Germany, the Leipzig Zoo, which is also worth a visit if you enjoy that. Yeah. Leipzig! I love that city. Yeah, me too. Me too. I just went there last year, but with my family, and we had such a great time. It was like, that was awesome. I want to go back there. I love it. One of my best friends also lives there. I mean, he's currently in the US, studying over there, but yeah. Leipzig is awesome. I love that. But Dresden is another one which is quite close to Leipzig, also in the state of Saxony, Sachsen, also with some impressive architecture. Yes. Bremen itself, you know, the city. Lots of great places in Germany, to be honest, when you think about it. Yeah. I really also like the old town, the old part of the town, old city in Düsseldorf, for instance. There are also some, I think, 2 Japanese gardens in Düsseldorf. There's a big Japanese community there. And there's the Japan Day, der Japan-Tag, taking place each May. Like on a Saturday in May. I don't know which one it is, but yeah. Where basically many people come to Düsseldorf, also like cosplaying as anime and manga characters, and you know, there are many Japanese people displaying their culture with food booths and with music, with other things, and that is so cool. I love it. Yeah. How about Berlin? Yeah, Berlin of course also has a few great places. But it's not really a hidden gem though. So that's why I didn't mention it in the first place. But yeah, Berlin is definitely, especially if you're interested in German history, you know, the Brandenburg Gate. I also made a video about that. Top 5 facts about the German Brandenburg Gate. Something like that, I think. There's also the German Parliament is in Berlin. Berlin is, you know, the capital city of Germany. So that is actually a place that I haven't been to yet. I would like to go to the, you know, you can visit the German Parliament and witness a parliament debate. Like there are visitor seats up there. Yeah, that would be interesting to do that at some point. Just to witness that, you know. I'm charmed by the Schleswig-Holstein region. Hope I'll get there this year finally. Yeah, Schleswig-Holstein, is it Schleswig-Holstein in English? I don't know. It's the most northern German state. It borders to Denmark, and it's, yeah, also really cool. I imagine it's like the New York of the US, except Berlin. Yeah, I mean I can't really say too much about that because I haven't been to New York yet, so I can't compare the two. But I don't know. To me, it almost seemed like New York feels like it's 10 times bigger than Berlin is, and Berlin is already pretty big. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. Man, I really want to go to the US at some point. You know. And to other cities, for that matter. Other countries and everything. Yeah. Hope I'll get the chance at some point. Berlin is like a blanket made of different pieces. Yeah. It's like a puzzle, a jigsaw. A jigsaw in itself. I guess you can call it. You can always choose your favorite part. Yeah. Yeah, because it's, you know, Berlin also consists of like many German bigger cities. Consists of many different districts, and each district has their own culture. And that is something that I really enjoy as well. Like even though it's the same city, it's still made up of different pieces, you know. I was in Bad Elster in February. It's so far east, but not near a big city, right on the border with the Czech Republic. Bad Elster. Never heard of that, to be honest. Or like how you haven't been to Berlin, people here haven't been to New York. I mean, you know, that's interesting in itself, I feel like. And I thought about that the other day, actually. Like that Germany consists of 16 states. We're a federal state. And I've been to about half of them. I mean, I'm almost 33 years old. I turned 33 on July the 13th this year. And so far I've only been to like 8 states, I think. And like 1 or 2 of them I just drove through. I wasn't really there. I've never been to Bavaria, for instance, in the southern Germany. Like, southern Germany is pretty much a region that I haven't really been to yet. At all. I've been to Rhineland-Palatinate, Rhineland-Pfalz, a few times. I've never been to Baden-Württemberg, I don't think. I've never been to the Saarland. I've never been to Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. Yeah, I mean there are many places that I would like to go to in Germany, but also outside of Germany, you know, of course. Have you been to Mexico or other Latin American countries? Greetings, Fernando Aranda. Hi, Fernando. Thanks for tuning in. Sadly, no. I haven't really been outside of Europe yet at all. And I've only been outside of Germany 3 times? I like to say. I think 3 times, yeah. I've been to the Netherlands once, I've been to France once, and I've been to the Czech Republic once. And I think that's about it. So I've not really been around yet. All too much, I'm afraid. But I would love to go to Mexico or, you know, other Latin American countries for that matter. Yes. You know, Brazil, for instance. Two of my co-workers are going to Colombia now for, I think, 4 weeks. And, also sounds interesting. Or Los Angeles, yeah. Never been there. What is on your travel destination list if money was no issue? Japan. USA, of course. But I mean, the USA is a bit broad of a term, you know. California, of course, you know. Canada. Australia. Scandinavia, like Sweden, Finland, Norway. But I would also love to go to the UK at some point, or Ireland, or Scotland, Africa. You know, Egypt. You know, I've always been fascinated with the ancient Egyptian culture ever since I was a child. I don't know what it is, but Greece. You know, also interesting mythology and everything. So there are a lot of places that I would like to go to. Yeah. Mexico. Definitely. Definitely. Do Germans go to... Is it Tenerife in English? I don't know. In German, it's Teneriffa. And yes, Germans basically love Teneriffa and the Caribbean region itself, you know, and Caribbean islands and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Germans love that. Yeah. Yeah, stuff like, you know, Hawaii, of course, would also be on my list. There are many places. Probably too many to really travel them all, but yeah, we'll see. Right now I'm basically paying off my students' debts, and that will still take a few years until that is paid off completely. But once that is done, I hope to be able to save some money, like some more money, to really travel a little bit. Yeah. We'll see. I was in Maastricht a few years ago and was surprised how much of the local paper I could read and understand. Many words were spelled differently, but the same sound and meaning. Yes. Oh yeah, Tenerife is an island, you know, of Spain, I think, right? Is it? I think so. I mean, Spain itself would be interesting, definitely. Italy, of course, you know. Yeah. Thailand would be interesting, you know. And yes, like Dutch and German are pretty similar. They're not the same. I guess you can jokingly say, at first glance, Dutch is like drunk German. Like, sounds like that at least to me. But I love it. I love Dutch. You know, the sound of the language and Dutch people. And, you know, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way whatsoever. Quite the opposite. I love the language. Then again, truth be told, if I were to watch a James Bond movie in Dutch with a villain, like the most evil villain you can imagine, speaking Dutch to me in a very serious tone, I don't know if I could handle that. If I, you know, I don't know if I would feel intimidated by that. Because, you know, I love the sound of the Dutch language and it sounds cute in a way. Yeah. Drunk German, yeah, right? In fact, Dutch as a language is it's quite similar to Low German. Low German is a different type of German, I guess you can say. Niederdeutsch, or also known as Plattdeutsch. And some people call it depends on which linguist you ask. Some German linguists would consider it a German dialect of sorts, spoken in northern Germany. Whereas other people would say it's a whole different German language system. And I don't think that's wrong either, because it's just a little bit similar to Standard or High German. It's much more common and similar to, you know, like I said, Dutch. And it also bears some similarities with British English, or English in general. For instance, I just released a new video, like yesterday? No, on Wednesday I think it was. And it was about the top 10 German verb forms of machen, to make. If you haven't seen it, do it after the stream. No, just if you want to, of course. Anyway, there is the term maken, like M-A-K-E-N, maken, which is very similar to the English to make. And same goes for other terms, like there's Apfel, which is apple, you know, and spelled similarly, stuff like that. So, yeah. It's a very interesting thing. Berangerie! Hi, thanks for tuning in. And Nicholas N. Hi to you as well, sir. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your videos. Thanks for watching them. Yes. That is much appreciated. You are... welcome. Sorry I'm late to the party. Where is Plattdeutsch spoken? Plattdeutsch, Low German, that is spoken in northern Germany, like in the northern half, basically. And I mean, it was more popular and more commonly spoken a few decades ago compared to nowadays, but it still exists. There are still people speaking it and also teaching it to, you know, new generations and that kind of stuff. But yeah. What do you think of Easy German? I think you mean the YouTube channel. I'm aware of them, but that's about it. Like, we don't know each other. And yeah. That's all I can say about them. Like, I don't mind them. I think they're doing great stuff. And if they want to collaborate at some point, I'm open for it. So, technically speaking, why not? But apart from that, I'm not really familiar with them as people, you know. I don't know them personally. Sometimes I feel like, you know, it would be cool to have, I mean, there are, in general, like for YouTubers and content creators, there are some meet and greets, like some conventions and the like. You know, there's, for instance, on Twitch, there's a TwitchCon, something like that. And there are also some YouTube conventions, but not like, it would be cool to have one, for instance, that is specific to the Learn German community, like the German language YouTubers community. To have something like that maybe would be interesting, just for networking purposes alone, but also just to hang out and to, you know, exchange, to get to know each other, exchange thoughts and, you know, that kind of stuff. Maybe interesting. But I wouldn't be able to organize that though, because I'm not really good at organizing that stuff. I'm just throwing that in there, out there as an idea. I wouldn't mind going there, you know. I love getting to know new people. I love interacting with people, as you may be able to tell. Even if it's just digitally, but yeah. Maybe one day that's gonna be a thing. I mean, in September of 2017, both me and my friend Get Germanized, we had a meet and greet with some viewers of ours, of our channels, and because we basically share, I guess a vast majority of our audiences is like we share those. Because we make similar stuff. Not the same, but similar. I still think that each of us has their own purpose and their own way of explaining things. I, for one, especially these days, feel like I'm focusing mainly on Learn German for intermediate and advanced learners. And especially Learn German videos about learning German with music, because music is my personal passion. Like, I love music, so that's the most obvious combination for me personally, to teach German with translated lyrics, for instance, or to analyze German lyrics for you guys and explain what's interesting about them linguistically speaking, that kind of stuff. I love doing that. Even though it takes a lot of time sometimes to really get that down the way I want it to be. But anyway. Yeah. So I like to think that even though, like, there is this group of content creators that make videos about the German language and culture, we still do our own thing, if that makes sense. Like each of us has their own way of, like their own focus on how to explain things, how to show things, how to edit videos, how to, yeah, I mean, some are more, maybe a bit more down to earth, like mellow-ish and more calm, and some are more upbeat in the way they are, and that kind of stuff. And that's all cool. I do love that, you know, because it speaks for a diverse community of content creators. So I've never been one in general, whether it's sports or whether it's content creation like YouTube or Twitch or whatever it is, podcasting, because I do all of that. I've never been a competitive person, really. Like, I know that technically speaking, I guess you can argue that all of us, we're competing against each other in a way and fighting for digital attention. That's part of the job. I mean, that's part of being a creator, to some degree at least. So that's okay. But I personally, you know, many people may see that differently, and that's totally fine, more power to them. But I personally, I don't see myself as a competitor to this or that channel. I just don't. You know? That's that. My girlfriend's family speak Platt with her Opa, grandpa. But it's a more local hessische dialect rather than Niederdeutsch. Yeah, there's a lot of mixture going on as well, like between dialects and where they start and where they end, and some are really similar to others and that kind of stuff, you know. Yeah, it's interesting. There are a lot of things I don't understand when they speak, as they have other words for things. Yes. Yes. That is something, you know, one of my best friends lives in northern Germany, and his parents used to speak, I guess you can call it Low German-ish. Like, it was a mixture of Low German and Standard German. And it was really interesting. I mean, I could understand pretty much all of them and all of what they said. But, you know, some words, of course, they sound foreign to me because I don't know them. Because they're really specific to their dialect. And sometimes people in Germany have different words in their dialects from town to town. It may just be like a few hundred meters apart, but they may use different terms for the same thing, dialect-wise. That's the thing. That happens, which doesn't make it easier to really to really understand that, you know. Yeah, a rising tide lifts all boats. That's a good way to see it. Yeah, and to say it. We all like you also for that. You're so laid back and simply friendly. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I would like to say I've always been like that in terms of being like it sounds so pathetic to say it, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm a public persona. Even though in a really small environment, I know that, but still. And I feel like I personally feel like it's part of my job description anyway, but even if it wasn't, that's just the way I am. Like, I've always been pretty chill, I'd say. Of course, I can also really, you know, get annoyed about something, and I can argue about stuff. And, you know, I have those moments as well, but they're pretty rare and scarce, I'd say. So, And I'm a big believer in, you know, if you yourself express positivity in a way, that resonates with people and resonates with, like, when you do that as a creator, as a publisher of content, that in the best way possible, hopefully resonates with the viewers, the community. And it's basically like that thought itself. I almost like always followed that basically, even in the early days of my YouTube journey. But I've become more aware of that, like actively aware of that and conscious of that in the past 3-4-ish years, when I really became a big admirer of Carnage. He is an American streamer, Twitch streamer, and also YouTuber, but primarily a Twitch streamer, and he plays video games, and you know, and he's awesome. I really enjoy watching his stuff. In fact, just before the stream started, I actually watched 1 or 2 of his Let's Play recordings, and he is all about spreading the good vibes. That is his motto. And he has a big community, a very big community. He has like, I don't know how many followers on Twitch, over like 1 million, way more than that, and many subs and everything. And that is awesome. I'm really, really genuinely happy for him, for that success, because he earned it. He earned it, and he earns it, and he will earn it. I mean, because he is very authentic. He is very down to earth. He's very outspoken. Like, he, in the best sense, he basically communicates with his community, with his Twitch chat regularly. Even though, like I said, he's a big streamer, he still tries to incorporate the chat as often as possible and answer questions asked in the chat and that kind of stuff. And it's really admirable. I really, really, I almost sound like a fanboy, I know, but I just enjoy, I appreciate his persona, his public persona, and what I can judge, of course, as a third person, but yeah. If I had to mention like one role model in terms of content creation, I guess these days it would be Carnage. Yeah. In the way he approaches things, especially. I just learned today that the word Mist means something different in German. Yeah, that's one of the false cognates, or like a false friend. It's der Mist, it's the dung, I guess it's in English, right? And it's not der, like the fog, the mist. Same spelling and almost the same enunciation, but different meaning. Yeah. Alright, everyone. Gonna drink the last sip of this. Cheers to you. That was a fun stream. Really glad that I did it. Yeah. So, you're gonna be the first to learn about this. The next stream will most likely take place on April the 3rd. It's gonna be a Wednesday. I know it's not the best day to stream, necessarily, I know. But I'm gonna do it nonetheless, most likely. And the reason being is it's gonna be my 9-year channel anniversary on that day. And I would like to stream a little bit. Yeah. Also have like a little chill out. Yeah, chat with you guys. Nothing out of the ordinary. Because this is the way I like it, to be honest. Hope you do too. Is that Jägermeister? No, that was way too bright for Jägermeister. No, that was mead. That is honey wine. It's really delicious. It's so delicious that I can't pronounce that term anymore. Delicious. Tasty. Yes, it is. Friday is the day that is the most difficult for me, so Wednesday is good news. Ah, good to know. Okay. So, yeah. I would like to thank you all very much for being here, for watching. Will there be party hats? I don't know. I don't have party hats here. I mean, I have a few hats that I could wear, but I mean, there's something like there's a hat that I could wear, maybe. And I could wear like a suit, maybe, of sorts. I don't want to promise anything. We'll see. We'll see. The thing is, I usually stream wearing just a shirt because I don't know if it's just me, but when I speak, and especially when I speak for a longer time, I really get like warm. I really get heated. And not in the sense of expressing things, but just temperature wise. And also those lamps don't help. Like they also contribute to that. And everything. But yeah. We'll see. Maybe. But I'm really looking forward to that as well. 9 years, yeah, it's crazy, right? And I know, Blue Bilbo, yes, I know that you have been around for a long time. And please believe me when I say that I really appreciate that. I really do. It's been a hell of a ride in a positive way. I mean, I'm gonna talk a little bit about, maybe I'm gonna look back on the channel and how it's doing and how it did and how it has been doing and done and will do, hopefully, I don't know, in that stream. So I'm not gonna do that now, but yeah. It's an interesting journey these days as well. So... Oh! Elena, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that tip. Wow. Ah. That's much appreciated. Thank you very much. I hope that it will pop up here in my notifications, in my alerts. It should do that. Maybe it takes a little while. We'll see. I actually tested that beforehand, like with test alerts. I hope it should pop up here somewhere. Like here and up there. And in the tip jar. Huh. Anyway, thank you very much, Elena. That is really generous. Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. You know, I would drink to you if I had something like me. Yeah, there's like a little bit left. But you know, it's the thought that matters. Thank you. Ah, see, there it is. Thank you. Tips via Patreon or other stuff don't work for me. Interesting, huh? Yeah, I wish I could help you with that, technically speaking, but I'm not an expert when it comes to that. Pause with a cup of tea, yeah. That would be awesome as well. Agreed. Tea is always awesome. Let's be honest. Tea is always awesome. And I'm so glad that you could make it tonight. Yeah, I'm glad about that as well, Bérangerie, and all of you guys and girls and everyone. You know, it is much appreciated. I keep saying it, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I really mean it. Like, that's the way I mean it, so I keep saying it. That's the thing. Klarna card is weird sometimes. Oh, I see. I see. Anyway, that's it for today. I really, really enjoy your company, whether it's in the comment section, in streams, but also, you know, below my videos, sharing my stuff. That always helps a whole lot. Subscribing, of course, if you haven't done that yet. And also spreading the word. You know, if you know someone who is also interested in the German language and culture and who wants to learn more about that, it doesn't necessarily have to be like an active language learner, even though that's also applicable, of course, but maybe just someone who's interested in languages in general or cultures. You know, they may enjoy my videos. Maybe. Hopefully. I don't know. Thank you very much, Yvonne. Yeah, see you next time as well. Tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal, right? I thought about, you know, creating some merchandise, actually, like a mug designs, you know, with Tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal or Hallo zusammen and something like that, maybe. We'll see. Maybe I'm just gonna do that at some point soonish. For people that are interested in that, why not? Anyway, I guess, well, see you around. Have a nice weekend, everyone. Thank you all so very much for being interested and curious about the stuff that I'm doing. And see you on April the 3rd. Most likely, I guess. I will keep you posted on that. I will actually, yeah, literally make a post about that, I think, soonish, and announce the stream officially. And until then, enjoy my videos, both old and new, published and upcoming, and spread the good vibes, to say it with Cole Carnage. And because it's all that matters. It's all that really helps. Even though it's troubling times. Not going into details, of course, but we all know things that that aren't really positive all the time. Whether it's in your personal life or whatever, you know, society. It's always better to stay positive and optimistic than to be pessimistic and negatively driven, I feel like. So that's the way I see it. Yeah. Anyway, thanks. Have a nice day. And I'm your vlog Dave. No, I'm not. I'm definitely. Sometimes I still have that in my system. You know, when I'm filming videos sometimes, and when I get to the end of that work process and I want to, you know, say goodbye, sometimes I still say I'm your vlog Dave. Still to this day. Like, that's my old channel name, for those of you who don't know. My previous channel name. Anyway. Definitely see you next time. Tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal. Bye bye. And thanks once again, Elena and everyone else, for your support. It's much appreciated. Thank you.